if you could pick one moment in your career that was, the most proud moment of your career, what would that be?
Yeah, the outstanding part of my career was to be part of a group that when we took a very, very small company to the size it was. And it was big news. It was on CNN. I still got the Wall Street Journal, CNN, you name it. It was big news because UPS had just gone public. And they decided to spend their money on acquisitions. And so they chose us. Okay. I was sent to Venezuela because working for Data General and the government had a huge issue with the quality of the product that had been delivered. Those days you would ship on a ship date, whether it worked or not. And there was 33 mini computers scattered across Venezuela delivered to the oil company, huge issues. And I was sent there to resolve that. And I managed to get the whole situation resolved. We managed to upgrade all the equipment. And that pretty much set my career on the path that ended up where I am today.
You've obviously had, this career that spanned almost every country in the globe, it would sound, and some illustrious companies as well. What's one thing in terms of people management that you found as you've grown throughout these organizations? What's one thing that you would apply to any business that you go into today from a people perspective?
Well, first of all, I'm a firm believer if you're going to hire somebody that you're going to trust, empowerment. Okay, question. But the biggest thing is you got to trust the people in the team. I'm very much a team player. I was actually, I didn't prepare for this. I was thinking about this, maybe something else. But I used to play football when I was a kid in England. Mm-hmm. Played a bit in Australia, some in Venezuela, and just like field engineering or even on a football pitch, I was never the best field engineer, and I was never the best football player on the team. Never, not by a long shot. Okay, but it's like a captain of a football team these days. I still watch, not as much now, but I used to be very passionate about football. It's rare that the captain is the best guy on the pitch. Okay, I mean, his role is not to be the best. His role is to get the best out of every other guy on the team. Okay, so I always consider myself as that. If we're working as a group, my job is to make sure that everybody can succeed. That's my role. Okay, but I'll hold up the trophy at the end of the match. No worries about that. Okay, but
was there any particular horror stories or interesting field experiences that you had back then?
You used to have to, work. I was trying to change a belt drive, but I forgot to turn the power off. And there was still live AC. I mean, in Australia, it's 240 volts, so 220. So there's still live in there. And I got my hands inside this thing, and I got an electric shock, which blew me right off the chair. Okay, and here I'm about 300 people in this building, and there's me flat on my back. Now, fortunately, nothing happened, but I recall that as an embarrassing moment. I've also been, like everybody else, plugged something into the wrong slot and smoke coming out. So, yeah, I've had my fair share of horror stories or very embarrassing moments. Okay. So, yeah, I spent 10 glorious years of doing nothing but sailing and hanging out at marinas. And to me, I was fortunate because, I was retired at 51. I didn't think I'd ever come back to work. But my father, when he retired, he, after a while, traditional 65. And, he had a lot of things he wanted to do, but he got ill. And so a lot of his retirement was very difficult. So I decided, well, I'm just going to enjoy this because you never know, without your health, retirement can be pretty miserable existence. So I have no plans to retire.